Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's that time, we've got new monsters. I'm really excited about this one. I haven't looked too much into the abilities of them, so we're going to have a bit of a look through, a bit of a theory craft on them, and talk about the sort of places we can use them. I know a lot of people will be hyped for pandas, but for me, it's all about the Cabirs. They look too cool, they're 2 stars, everyone can get them, so I'm hoping we can get some really good use out of them. And then we've also got those snow maidens at a 3-star level, so let's just jump straight into the menagerie and start having a look at these Cabirs for the first one. Like I said, the design of them is just crazy good. Like the non-evolved form looks cool with the little lantern, and then when they evolve, it just gets next level. I reckon the armor looks sick. Just the whole design, like these guys are right on my level. So let's have a look, and hopefully we can find something good in them. The fire one, so his 3rd attack. Attacks an enemy, increasing attack based on own speed, and terrifies them for 1 turn. Single target terrify, that's not too bad. If the target enemy has 4 focus marks, blinds all enemies for 2 turns. Okay, so that could be handy, the AoE blind. The thing I like about this new mechanic they've introduced about gaining points and spending points, I think it'll be that these sort of monsters may not be as strong straight off the bat, but once they gather their points, they'll be a lot stronger. So they'll be more of a longer sort of fight type mechanic than instant gratification type mechanic. But I really think it's good. It puts more strategy into the gameplay. But that's that one. And then we have his 2nd attack, which I really like this. It's a 2-star that has a parasite. It's only a single target parasite, but it's a parasite nonetheless. Things like the TOT 100 boss, affected by parasite, not poison. This gives everyone an option to be able to use that parasite to their advantage in TOT. So this looks awesome. It's just the standard parasite, and marks them with 2 focus marks when you use it. And obviously use those focus marks to get that blind on the 3rd skill. So obviously a lot will come into play with skill ups and stuff like that. Obviously I haven't summoned yet. I'll probably do some summons on my Sunday stream, but hopefully the skill ups reduce these cooldowns a bit, so you can get those focus marks up a bit quicker and stuff like that. But that's a really good unit for a 2-star. I really like the fact that you get that terrify. It's a good CC. You get the chance to blind once you get those focus stacks, and the parasite is a huge one on a 2-star. Next we have the water one. Let's have a look at his 3rd skill. Attacks all enemies, decreases their resistance for 1 turn. If the enemy is marked with 4 or more full focus marks, drains the HP. That's a bit meh, that one for me. Drains aren't the greatest thing at the moment. I'm tipping he'll have low base attack, but I'm not sure. He is an attacker, so they might be high. You might get a bit of drain out of it, but when you don't have those 4 focus marks, all you're doing is getting an AoE resistance reduce, which doesn't seem that good. Maybe his 2nd skill's got something. Attacks an enemy and casts madness. Okay, madness on a 2-star is pretty nice. That could come in handy. That might take some theory crafting. If that goes down to like a 2-turn cooldown, that'd be really nice. Let's have a quick look at the base stats. 80 speed, not too bad. Let's have a quick look at the fire one as well. 77. Okay, yeah, so that water one, the 3rd skill is not that great, but the madness on the 2nd skill could be really handy in some situations. So as we go through these guys, just make sure you leave comments below. Anything I'm missing, any strategy you come up with, just put it in the comments. I'd love to hear any ideas you guys have. Okay, so the wind one, 3rd skill, attacks all enemies, decreases their speed for 1 turn, and then puts 4 focus marks on them. Attacks an enemy, decreases the defense for 1 turn, and stuns them for 2 turns if they have 2 focus marks. Okay, if this cooldown reduces, this could be really nice, because you've got the AoE speed reduce. Maybe that might go up to 2 turns, hopefully. But it marks everyone with 4 focus marks. And then this skill only requires 2 of those focus marks. So every time this comes off cooldown, if you use cooldown reducers or anything, you'll be reducing something's defense and stunning them. So I can see teaming this guy up with something that already has an AoE CC, so that you can CC them first, then slow them with this guy, build those marks up, and then as they come out of that CC, he'll be able to then armor break and stun them, and you'll be able to negate them turns, and have the armor break on to land kills. I really like the way this guy looks for synergy in his skills, so that's a really cool one. His stats, 79 speed, not too bad. And then we go into the Earth one. So the third skill decreases the attack of all enemies for 1 turn and decreases their resistance. Okay, the attack break's good. Then marks all enemies with 4 focus marks. Okay, let's see what he spends those focus marks on. Cast Madness over an enemy. Okay, there we go. We've got another Madness. I like this guy more than the water because he has an attack break on his third with the resistance, whereas the water only has the resistance. So that's solid. And removes 3 of the benefit, and has a good strip. Okay, that's all right. That's a good good strip for the strength boss, even maybe. And an attack break, maybe not so great for strength. We'll have to see. If the target is marked with 2 focus marks, it'll confuse them for 2 turns. Okay, that could be useful. I know that stacking Madness and Confusion seems weird, but because I wonder if they stack, as in if it's a 50% chance with oh no, because Madness is guaranteed, it doesn't matter. It's just the 2-turn Confusion. So after they come out of the Madness, they're confused for another turn. So that's not bad at all. And because, once again, he's putting 4 focus marks on all enemies, and then it only takes 2 to use. If you have a cooldown reducer with him, you'll be constantly getting that extra confuse on them. That's really nice. I think I like the wind and earth one of these guys the most. But like I said, the design on these guys, oh man, that animation. Stop it. That is too cool. He takes the light out of his lantern. Yeah, alright. Definitely got to build one of these guys. Okay, let's look at the... I've already forgotten what they're called now. Where are you? Where are you? There she is. The Snow Maidens. Okay. We'll start... Okay, Yukiona? There we go. Yukionas. Let's have a look at them. Okay, Fire one. Decreases the defense of all enemies for 1 turn and attack for 1 turn. Then, okay, that's really nice. 1 turn is a bit low. Have to wait and see on skill ups. But ignoring the part about the focus marks and the paralyze, attack break and defense break, 6-turn cooldown. It all depends on what these skill ups are, but that could be real nice for your armor breaker in sort of speed runs, like entry level speed runs, where you sort of want that attack break as well, just to keep it a bit safer. Just kind of like where the Fire Mystic, she's awesome. Obviously, she has the attack buff and defense buff as well, but this is nice having the attack break and defense break in 1 skill, and hopefully for increased durations on them. But we'll have to wait and see. Attacks an enemy and prevents them from receiving beneficial effects and marks them with 2 focus marks. Okay, the beneficial block's not too bad either. But yeah, this AoE attack and defense break, I really like the look of that. They need 3 focus marks to paralyze them, and this only applies 2. So you'd have to get through this attack twice before the paralyze comes into play. So I don't think that'll be seeing much play with the paralyze. But just on its own merits with the defense break and attack break, I really like that. Obviously, I don't know what the evolution skills are yet, but we'll find that out, and then we'll talk about that at another stage. Probably in the stream, we'll talk about that more in depth. But I just wanted to get a look at the main skills on these. So let's have a look at the water one. Here we go. All right, heals all. This is the 3rd skill. Heals all allies by 20% of own HP and shields them for 10% of max HP for 2 turns. Okay, so it's a heal with a shield. 3 concentration points, casts immunity over all the allies. This could be nice. I'm thinking something like in the benefit dungeon maybe, because she's water as well. She's got that immunity, the heal. Attacks an enemy and increases the received healing effects from all allies for 2 turns. Then gains 1 concentration point. Okay. So it'll be 3 times using this 2nd skill before she has enough to actually get that immunity, so that might not be as good. I'm not liking the way the Snow Maidens have their extra effects. It seems like it's taking too long for them to get, whereas the Cabirs seem to get them really quickly, but it'll have to be tested and seen. But still not bad, not too bad if you do get that immunity up more often. Okay, the wind one, here we go. Attacks all enemies and lowers their turn bar by 40%. If the target enemy has 3 focus marks. The cooldown of the enemy. Okay, cooldown increase, not too bad, but you need 3 of those focus marks. How many does she get through this? Okay, it only marks them with 2, so you have to get through this twice before you can get that increased cooldown. This one's a bit meh to me. It attacks and prevents them from receiving healing effects for 1 turn and marks them with 2 focus marks. Basically what you have is a heal block and a turn bar reduction, which not too amazing from what I can tell. Let me know if I'm missing something, but that's not the greatest skills. But when we go into the Earth one, increases the defense of all allies for 1 turn, increases the healing effects 1 turn. Okay, so this is basically a wind golem, but only 1 turn buff. Obviously skill ups, I don't know, but it's a 7 turn cooldown. When you compare that to the wind golem with the 2 turn cooldown, I don't think you can get 5 cooldown reductions in this, so it's not that great. Okay, 4 concentration points. It'll be a 20% heal of her own HP, but she only gets 2 with this. So you got to use this. Yeah, I'm not liking the way these concentration points are working with these Yuki owners. It just feels like it's taking them too long to actually get their beneficial their bonuses, and they're not that great. They're not sort of making them seem insane. This is a single target heal. But it prevents them from receiving damage. Okay, that's not too bad though. That's not bad, but I feel like that's very situational. And that third skill is just not quite enough in it for me yet. But like I said, we'll wait and see on skill ups. But yeah, there's still not a bad design on these. Like all the artwork in this game so far, I've really enjoyed. So they look awesome, but I think their skills leave a little bit to be desired. But now we'll head on to the main one that most people are thinking about, and that's going to be the Pandas. I'm thinking we're going to see something cool here. Let's have a look. So fire one. Attacks an enemy and decreases the defense of all enemies for 2 turns. So he's only attacking one enemy, but then decreases the defense of all enemies. And increases the defense of all allies. Okay, this is awesome. On its own merits, that's awesome. When actually on a stream a couple weeks ago, someone asked me if I could design a monster, what would I design? And this is what I was thinking. I was thinking something that buff defense, reduce the like AoE defense buff, AoE armor break, so that it's basically like the water monk, but you can do it with defense scaling monsters. The only pity is that this is a 4-star. I'd love to see this sort of thing on a 3-star so that more people could try that technique. But still, it's good to see it in the game. Then if he has 5 concentration points, the enemy will be cursed, disabling 55% of their HP for 3 turns. Okay, that's insane. That's a massive disable. That's huge. That is an amazing skill. And he has 3 concentration points each time he needs this. But he needs 5. Okay, so he's not going to get that disable that often, but the concentration points do carry through waves, so there might be some play for that. But let's read his second skill. Attacks all enemies, increases attack based on own defense, increases own attack for 2 turns, and gets blind mail. That's not too bad, generates the points. So attacks all enemies based on defense, good, because he has the defense buff and the defense break on his third skill, so he uses that. Then uses this, does good damage because he's got the buff, and then increases his own attack and gives himself blind mail. That is a really solid kit on this fire panda. Okay, the panda's nice. Okay, let's look at the water one, see if he's got anything good. Grants invincibility to all other allies for 2 turns, increases self-defense for 2 turns. Okay, so he gets defense, everyone else gets invincibility. Oh, invisibility. What's invisibility? I might have to check this. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go check. Okay, what's the symbol look like? Okay, because if he has 9 concentration points, he gets invincibility for 2 turns. But this invisibility thing, I'm thinking it means it's like a we gotta look this up. Okay, so I'm gonna jump out. If I have to edit it to speed it up, I will. But we've got to check what this invisibility is. I've never actually read anything with invisibility. So here we go. We'll check it out now. We'll hit help and we'll scroll down and we'll try and find invisibility. Wow, I can't believe I've never seen this before. Alright, we'll get there. Invisibility. Does it mean you just can't be hit by anything? Okay, the creature affected with this beneficial effect will be invisible in the fight, avoiding the enemy to target them. Is not taken into account if the creature has the last. Okay, so if they're the last one in the battle, they don't get the invisibility. Okay. Is not taken into account if the creature is the last one remaining in battle and will be lost once the creature attacks. Okay, I wonder if that's only offensively attacks or if you buff, you lose it too. This will be interesting if someone pulls this to test it. Will be invisible in the fight, avoiding the enemy to target them. I wonder if this makes them immune to AoE as well. Okay, if anyone knows, leave it in the comments because I'm really curious on this now. If it means they can't take damage from AoEs as well, that is amazing. Obviously, once they attack, they lose it, but if you get that up for one turn, maybe because the Panda's tank, he'll be slow, you can get the rest of your team to attack, and then just put them invisible. Your enemy will attack and won't do anything because they can't attack them, and then attack again. You lose the invisibility, but you've got through the enemy's main skills. That's actually really cool. I'm not sure if it does avoid AoE, that is going to be super strong. So yeah, that is actually really cool. I love seeing new effects like this. I don't know if that's always been in the game or whether it's just been introduced, like whether it's always been in the buff section, but that is awesome. Okay, so that's that part. And then his second skill, attacks an enemy, increasing attack based on own defense. Okay, so they're all defense scaling, it seems like. 50% chance to counterattack. Okay, nice. So he's getting... Oh, so I see the synergy here. So he gets a defense buff, and he gets the Veil to bounce back negative effects, and all his other allies become invisible. So basically, all they're going to be able to do is attack him. So if you have this counterattack buff on, then he's going to be able to counterattack and all that. And obviously, it remains to be seen what the evolution skill is, but that is really nice. I really like that, the bit of synergy in the skills. All right, let's have a look at the wind one. We got a passive. Obtain 1 concentration point for every attack. 70% chance to fill 30% of own turn bar every turn. Okay, that's nice. And then what do we have here? Attacks all enemies and grants body shield all other allies for 2 turns. Okay, that's awesome. Then obtain reverse for 2 turns. Okay, so reverse is any damage will heal you and any healing will damage you. But that's awesome because he's got the body shield, so everyone's going to be attacking him and they're going to be healing him when they attack. And he's got that passive, which is giving him a chance to increase his turn bar to keep getting more turns. And this is only on 5 turn cooldown. If that reduces by 1 and you put meditation on him, that is sick. I really like this kit. I love passives. Passives are always fun. If it has 3 concentration points, gets protected by Thornmail. Okay, that's awesome. So he's got the body shield, so they have to attack him, and he's got the Thornmail, and he's got the reverse. So he's going to be getting healed. They're going to take damage. That's cool. That is really cool. I really like this guy. I really like the look of this. And that passive is getting a concentration point. But yeah, and like even if they don't have an evolution skill, that is cool in itself. Just granting that body and shield and obtaining the reverse, that's cool. That is really cool. And then once you get enough turns that you have that Thornmail, that's just going to be insane. And skill ups could matter for this, for cooldown, for duration of the reverse, that sort of thing. That'll be huge. But yeah, I really like this Wind Panda. But I like the fire one for that team use, but I really like this guy just for his solo kit. Let's have a look at the Earth one. Here we go. Attacks all enemies and plants a bomb on the targeted enemy. So he attacks all enemies, but only puts a bomb on the targeted one. 3 times attack after 3 turns. Cool. If he has 7 concentration points, plants another bomb, dealing 3 times. And because bombs, when they stack on each other, they blow each other up. So if he's got 7 concentration points, he basically plants a bomb, blows it up, and leaves the other bomb there. So it's pretty much going to be close to a one-shot. Ooh. And cooldowns will be reset. And the Panda gets another turn. Wow. Okay, so if he has these 7 concentration points, that is insane. He'll plant a bomb, plant another bomb that explodes that bomb, reset his cooldowns, and give him another turn. Which means his next turn he can use this again and plant another bomb to blow up that previous bomb. So he gets 2 bomb blow-ups in one turn. That is sick. It does take 7 concentration points, so it's not gonna, you're not gonna work it up quickly, but like, I'm thinking something like maybe, I know HP scaling is crazy in raids at the moment, but on those 2nd, 3rd, 4th waves, you get this guy going, because it's a long fight, you'll be able to get a few of these concentration points. You might be able to do massive burst damage to the boss in the raid with this guy. Okay, let's read his second skill, see how many concentration points he gets. Okay, attacks an enemy, increases attack based on own max HP, and mutes them for 1 turn. That's not too bad. It doesn't help in raid, but yeah. Then grants itself 50% chance to dodge incoming attacks for 1 turn and gets 5 concentration points. Okay, that's real decent. So because he gets 5 and this takes 7, once he uses this 3 times, he'll get 2 uses out of this. So that's really nice. I like that he's getting a good chunk of concentration points out of this skill, and he gets the dodge, the mute. It's a really nice kit. I still really like the wind one the most. I think the fire one, I really like the idea of the armor break and defense buff in the same skill, but those are the new monster guys. That's the first look. We will be doing more on them once we find out. I'm really excited to do some summons and get these Cabirs and start having a look into them, because they just look too cool. I love the 2 stars and I love building them. And like I said, if you find any more information out, if you find out evolution skills, post the evolution skills in the comments. If I find them out, I'll pin a message to the video with the evolution skills of all these guys, just so you guys know for reference and all that sort of thing. But really excited. Hope you guys are doing some summons now, getting some awesome luck. So best of luck to everyone with your summons. Hopefully you get some new monsters. We've got the summon event, so plenty of summons coming. But thanks for watching another video, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.